Bro, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I don't know what LA doing to Max, bro, but he got some sugar in his tank, and it's not Splenda. Professor X.
Okay, so we good.
Yeah, how you doing?
I'm good, bro. How are you?
I'm doing great, bro. You look flaggy. My fault. You gang. My fault. Okay. Let's go back inside. My fault, Diva. My fault, Diva. This nigga said Diva King. Nigga gotta pick one, bro. I love this nigga Max though, but he gotta pick which side, bro. What's the fire, so?
I've been psyching on making content tests.
Yo, AK, thank you for the prime. Yo, AK, thank you for the prime.
Guys, I usually do have an account.
I'm bad. You want me to scoot over?
Nah, bro. Actually, if you don't mind ruining it. My fault. I'm gonna sit next to you though. Or wait, is this fine? Like I'm not blocking.
It's you. University. Oh no! Guys, my OBS is crashing now. Oh, I guess I'm still live. Where's Agent? I was looking for Agent. Oh, I'm still live, shit. Yeah, I'm still live. Agent. Oh, I guess Agent was. Oh my God, chat. Agent 00 was live all this time. This nigga was live, and I missed his class. But let's check out where is he going? And he's still live.
He's not blind? Legally blind.
No, like, you know.
I'm not sure what the difference is. All right, starting first one of the day, man. We might hit a career high today. We might go 8. That's good, man. I like that out of you, bro. I like that.
Where's my tech support? Where's my tech support?
All right. Yo. Good, man.
Last year you had some good knowledge.
Shackle clock.
Yeah.
Shackle clock.
Shackle clock, what's that?
Shackle clock.
I'm with whatever you're on, bro.
Time it is.
Okay, it's learning o'clock today. What's up, man?
No, I just.
What jersey's that?
Huh? So this is Supreme.
Oh, look at you, got money, nigga, bought Supreme. Yeah.
Same person I got like 15 problems.
You good, Chris? Let me help her up. You got it? You gotta line up. No, you gonna scratch it. Hold on. You gotta just line up the white part. What the fuck? Yeah, there you go. Twos. We good, chat? Twos. I see. Okay, I'm not gonna be looking at chat too much. I think it said motion sickness. All right. Yo, could we have this area clear? Because I'm gonna be walking back and forth here. Yeah, thank you.
Notebook and the pen and so
You should be good there. Yeah, this area here, I want to clear it. What up, Easy? Yeah. Not sure. We got to tone it up. Say it again? Yeah, there's a cameraman dorm. I don't use it. Yo, you mind clearing this? Yeah. Cause I'm gonna be walking this corner, these 3 seats right here. Okay, yeah, appreciate it. Yo. Who? Oh, okay. Yo, I bet. You might have to clear it because we can't get the shot from over here, if you don't mind. Just this row here. No, you can't sit here. I like that out of you, though. Maybe sit right back there.
Agent, I want to learn.
No, you will learn regardless of which seat you sit in. That's good.
Promise?
I promise. Hey there. No, clear this front row for me. Yeah. There's not that much space. I'm gonna need to walk through. All right. Back to teaching, man. You mind just clear this front row for me? Yeah, thank you. Yeah. I'm gonna be walking back and forth. That's why.
Okay.
You're not streaming?
I'm gonna make sure they clip that. You will be canceled today.
She said, I'm gonna make sure they clip that. You will be canceled today. Yo, Easy. Are you fucking flirting with this nigga?
No.
All right, get back there.
I just set him straight for your class.
Yeah. I heard that. All right. Quiet down, please. All right, first thing I would like to say is I know everybody's streaming, but if everybody keep talking and stuff like that and interrupt, it's gonna make it very difficult to get through this. I think y'all will learn something. Dead ass, lock in, bro. I know everybody's really excited because this is a great opportunity. I bet the views are looking good. You're meeting a lot of cool people, things of that nature. But there's gonna be a long time after this where you will hopefully still be streaming and hopefully still be succeeding. So you wanna learn some of these concepts. And I'm gonna keep it practical as possible because I want you guys to actually apply some of the stuff that's going on. Before we get started, who's been here that's been streaming for more than like 2 years?
Right here.
Okay, that's about half the class. Who's a newer streamer like the last year or so? Okay, nice. Okay, cool. So we got a little bit of everything. We're gonna structure it like, quiet down. We're gonna structure like 0 to 1 million followers. So we're gonna start with the first bit from 0 to 250,000 followers. Then we're gonna go to the middle from 250 to 750,000 followers, and then beyond that. In the presentation, I'm gonna tell you like what your team should potentially look like, what you should be spending your time, potentially your money on, and certain concepts and things you should be practicing and understanding in those different stages if you want to make it to the next level. All right? Yeah. If you have any questions, just ask, and we'll keep it pushing.
But how, if I have a question like how?
All right, nice. So first thing I want to start by saying is this is not easy. I know it's presented like it's easy and it looks really fun, but it's harder than you think. So this graph, I thought it was very fascinating, and it does kind of illustrate just how challenging being seen as a content creator could be. This graph is the subscriber count for Kai Cenat's Kai's Mind channel. His first upload was in December. He was at 500 subscribers in December with dozens of uploads. I'm talking about Kai Cenat. Now, granted, he was uploading as almost like an experiment to see like, he was just saying things that was on his mind. It wasn't super high appeal content. But it's interesting to think even one of the biggest people on the internet can upload dozens of videos to an unknown channel with under 500 subscribers. It wasn't until he promoted it in March where it got a huge spike and it reached 500,000. So like if you're struggling and you've been doing it for a while, sometimes it's not necessarily that you suck, it's just you haven't quite figured out certain concepts yet. So that's what I'm gonna try and click. There's a lot of people here that's like super entertaining that I see, but it's not enough to be entertaining. We all have the entertaining friend that hasn't quite hit yet. And then we all have the friend that's maybe not that entertaining that's been doing phenomenal. You just had to, like Mr. B is not the most entertaining person, but he knows how to put together a good fucking video. So in the same way, we're gonna talk a lot about other platforms because one thing you'll realize as a streamer, you have to be on everything. If you're not on IG Reels, sometimes you gotta be on Facebook. You gotta be on literally everything because that's how you're gonna drive the people to your stream. All right, so talking a little about that today. We're gonna start off in the 0 to 250,000 followers. If you have 0 to 250,000 followers on the platform you stream on, could you raise your hands? 0 to 250,000 followers. Under 250.
Collectively, or just like,
On the main platform you stream on.
I mean, but I got a main platform and I got
Yeah.
don't stream.
You don't stream.
Yeah, like if you got TikTok and you don't stream on there, you got higher followers than your streaming platform.
It don't matter, it's just the main one, you know? It's just the main one. All right, so you probably heard it before. I'm going to really kind of like drill it in. You have to apply short form. I'm not even joking. Like if you stream significantly less and did more short form, you would see significantly more growth. In this current stage, and I'm gonna give you guys some certain case examples. And low-key, I wanna bust some myths too because some people have some misconceptions. So Queso was a really good example of someone who grew playing 2K content on TikTok. He was a 2K TikTok content creator. It doesn't feel like it because a lot can change in 2 years, but he was. And his channel blew up. He had some really big clips and he was able to transition that audience into streaming. You might think to yourself, okay, that was like 2-3 years ago. How about something more recent? Joe Bart. Joe Bart did a lot of like rants, commentary style content on TikTok. He was able to transition that content. He's one of the biggest streamers on Twitch right now, but it didn't happen overnight. He's someone that killed it on TikTok. One thing you notice about both of them, they're not just good on TikTok, they own it. These guys are fucking demons at TikTok. So it's not enough to exist on the platform. To dominate it is how you make that transition. And you might be thinking, okay, Joe Bart low-key blew up on TikTok 2 years ago. Maybe a more recent example. Here's an example of somebody I found a few weeks ago. This is a guy that makes racing content that's probably not gonna appeal to most people. He started with 0 subscribers, 0. He actually started with 0 videos. All he did was post YouTube shorts. That's all he did. And they were really good. I'm talking, he was getting 2 million views a short, 2 million views a short, 1 million views a short. Really, like, to me, super interesting content. If you're anywhere in the niche, then this type of content that you would want to watch. His first YouTube video, I took the screenshot a couple weeks ago. It had 680,000 views in 2 weeks. It is over 1 million now. His first YouTube video, 1 million views.
That's rare though to translate. Shorts and long form don't translate as good.
But it does on YouTube. So we'll talk a little bit about that. YouTube Shorts translates to YouTube videos really well now.
I disagree with that.
You're wrong.
Nah, I mean, I've been doing this. I'm not saying that I'm right. I just say I disagree. I've been doing this for 12 years, and I have built so many different pages. And I'm not saying it doesn't work for him. I'm just saying I feel like I disagree that it works for everyone.
We'll circle back to it at the end of the talk because I'm gonna explain a few other concepts. Okay. Okay. So when it comes to short form, this actually does apply just in general. You need some sort of hook. Okay. I'm gonna say something and it's gonna sound a little pseudo and like theoretical, but it's not. It's very, very practical. Do you guys have like an idea of what your audience wants to watch?
Yeah. OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're talking.
Yeah.
Being able to like put yourself in your audience shoes is the biggest superpower content creator have. The same way that being able to put yourself in a customer's shoes is the best power a business can have. If you don't have an idea of what your community wants to see, you're gonna airball a lot of shots. It don't mean you can't airball some shots. You're not gonna hit everything. But having a good hook is a good premise. So like, I'm gonna show some examples of hooks that I think are really good in different ways, and then you can start to think about how you can apply that to your content. The reason why I say that is because when it comes to short form, if you don't have a good hook, you're setting yourself up for failure. You only have a certain amount of time to capture somebody's interest. So what I would like to present is next time you're scrolling short form, next time you're even watching long form YouTube videos, I want you to think about what you're thinking about while you're watching it. What about it specifically is interesting? You will start to pick up a lot of strategies from the stuff you like that you could apply into your own content.
Damn, nigga, you
Goodness
fat.
gracious, Pudgy. No shirt, bro?
He got big titties.
All right. All right. Dub, you can't sit in this front row. You gotta find somewhere else. No. Just anywhere else. This area clear. Yeah. Hey, quiet down, please. Why you late?
First, I couldn't figure out where this was at. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I did my best to find it as quickly as I can, sir, and I apologize.
So you just been looking for it.
I've been looking.
You've been just lost.
I even asked the dean.
Hey, listen. This is Professor of the Year for class of 2025. This is one of the most important classes on our campus. Please listen. We're not in elementary. You see people walking, we don't gotta talk to them waving up in Jordan.
I made it.
We don't gotta be waving at people coming in late.
They came in late. I made sure to
Pay attention, please. Go ahead.
Thank you, Dean Sinet. If you're really popular on a platform, like some of you guys, like Alyssa, you have a face that people have seen on TikTok a lot, you can use your face as the hook. You know what I'm saying? If you look at a lot of AMP videos, we just use our faces as the hook. So like if, for example, who here is like known for something that, Dub, what are you known for?
Having a son and food now.
Okay, nice. Well, in that instance, you could use your face in certain contexts that apply to that, right? If somebody thinks you're really knowledgeable with money and you're doing a money topic, sometimes your face is gonna be the thing that hooks people. So, you know, it doesn't have to be like a big thumbnail with a fucking red circle, you know? And then like you just have to, well, we'll explain a little bit later, but it just has to be like an itch that you can hook. So I got a couple examples here. I'm gonna show you the good example first. Hopefully it works. There we go.
Okay.
Yeah, let me turn this motherfucker up.
Are these faces
Well, after making his apologies and claiming that he missed breakpoint, I thought we were done there, but the very next race I found myself next to him again. This time I'm driving a McLaren and in a tight battle of my own, getting squeezed onto a curb before making a move around the outside of another. Unfortunately, I get a poor exit after he taps me on the rear, putting me into the snapping jaws of the cars behind. Suddenly I find myself defended from 4 different drivers and start weaving to avoid giving a tow.
Okay, so that's an example of that's a very activating show. I can sit down and explain to you guys all the reasons why, the angles, the voiceover, where he threw it to, where he.
I actually do not get it. Why are we watching that video? Because this guy is talking about the face when making showing your face when making short form videos to promote your channel.
You motherfucker.
I guess they are talking about
Make it.
but we do that every day, Mus.
So it's the same concept. He did the same thing. They both had the same experience. Somebody hit him. He's playing a racing game. Somebody hit him. One guy went through the effort of getting all these cinematic shots, making sure you had no chance for your attention to get lost. Another person just played a clip. There's levels to this.
What if you don't have editing skills like that?
You gotta find editing skills. And so like, I will say, we're gonna get to it in a little bit, but a lot of the skills you hire for are actually things you should know. One, you're gonna know if someone's scamming you, if you know how it's done. But then 2, on top of that, if they're not available and for some reason you need to get down and dirty, you should know how to edit a video, you should know how to edit a short, you should know how to do all the things you hire for. That's why I know how to make lotion and shit, as the tone guys here. So I would like to say it's not always success, and you always have to be trying stuff. So even the biggest streamers in the building, they miss sometimes. You can do some stuff that doesn't hit all the time, but you should always be applying the principle.
Yes, I do have editing skills. I do have editing skills because come on, I don't have no one to help me with my content. I don't have anyone to help me with editing, setting up all this thing and all that. So yeah. Even though I don't have editing skills, we learn every day.
Actually, a pretty good conversion between Instagram Reels and content off platform. Instagram is actually maybe the most underrated thing in content right now. So let me give you a couple examples of hooks. This is an example of a hook where the caption is what makes you intrigued in the content. I mean, I don't want to sign in, so. I think it's just the internet, to be honest with you. So that click worked, but this click not working. Let me try it again. brother. There we go.
Hurry up.
Who's that? Jason?
I don't even want to talk right now, bro.
What happened?
I'm teaching, bro.
Okay. Yeah, so first of all, that's prosthetics. It's not my real forehead. So, okay.
That shit look good.
Okay, but the premise is that once you read the caption, the bouncer says no hats, you got no choice but to fucking stick around to see why the caption says that. The caption make you want to stay to the end. And you obviously can see the hat, and just, you know, it's implied that I'm going to review the hat. But by the time you finish it, you're like, damn, that was so crazy. Maybe I watch it again. Now you loop somebody. Now you get mad watch time. Feel me? So this is an example of an Instagram reel that we posted like last week that performed pretty well. Yeah, what's that?
So a lot of my videos have POV, like you're 27 and single, so you're going on a solo date.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm known for my mukbang and solo date. Do you think POV is like important? If you think that's why the videos are hitting so much, because POV is so relevant?
It is impossible to answer without knowing your audience. It is like super audience specific. So I would have to look at your specific audience and see why something may or may not hit. Because something that hit for you might not hit for the next person. Okay. Feel me? So this is a thumbnail hook where the actual thumbnail, the content of the thumbnail is what makes you want to watch. So this is a clip that I deadass posted. I repost it like every 3 months. But it was the intro I did for a 48-hour stream where I came down, rappelled from the ceiling. But you don't have to know any of that. It says craziest Twitch intro. Why is it so crazy? Well, why is this guy rappelling from the roof? So it adds like some interesting appeal. Who this applies for is anybody that watch streams. Why is this better than any Twitch intro I've seen before? It might not even be the best, but it's a unique one. It's unique enough to where every time I post it, it does well. I repost it like every 3 months. But in my opinion, like now you're using a thumbnail, you're using a caption, you could use somebody's face. You could even use the, what do you call it, the description in the bottom of it to interest people. So like, don't waste space. Everything they see could be another reason they discard your content, right? Think about the way you consume content. You be scrolling. You're not paying attention to nobody. You scroll. It could be someone you fuck with. You might scroll past it. So it's not enough to know people. It's not even enough to make good content. You deadass have to have the whole package. You know what I'm saying? Like once they watch the video, it has to be a good video, but you also have to package it to make it look like a real video if you want people to stick around.
So when you making certain videos, you have to pay attention to the analytics to see how it's performing, to see what works better for you.
Yeah, that's true. We'll get into that a little bit more, but that does apply. Yes, you're correct. So this is just something practical. I mean, if you're not doing it, what's that, Jason?
When was the last time I paid attention to my analytics? Especially on TikTok. But for me, when was the last time?
But there's a chance that you might not already be doing it. So let's say you're in fashion, right? Let's say you're in gaming. There's really no planet you shouldn't be on TikTok. You could type in gaming, you could click the 3 dots, you can click filter, you can go by like count, and you can go this week or this month. If you don't know what's popping in your genre, in your field on TikTok in the last 2 weeks, you genuinely don't care about your job. That's what it feels like, because if this was any other context, you would pay attention. If you were an athlete, you would kind of pay attention to the stuff you put in your body. If you're a streamer, you should pay attention to the content that's performing. This is part of the job. Yeah, can we quiet down, please? So if you haven't been doing it, make it a habit. In fact, what I like to do is I literally create a separate TikTok, a separate YouTube, where the only thing I do on it is research. So the algorithm specifically feeds me interesting, unique, creative stuff because that's the only thing I consume on it. So I don't watch my usual videos on there. I specifically use it just to see what's hitting, what's working. Not just for stuff in your bubble. Genuinely, you'll have so many bangers if you start looking at other bubbles. You know what I'm saying? It's interesting though. Like there are French streamers with 40,000 live viewers that you've never heard of. There are Spanish viewers with 50,000 live viewers you've never heard of. It's not that they're not big, they're just not in your bubble. There's a lot of stuff happening. It's not happening in this bubble. You guys are in this Stream University bubble. It's mad shit happening in the world. If you're not paying attention to all of it, you're missing out tremendously.
So like who are your favorite underrated streamers or creators that a lot of people don't know about, but that you're like, they're fucking raw and they have a lot of potential?
Alyssa.
At least next year, you guys better come to South Africa and try to open the Streamer University for us. Because some of us, we don't even have money to pay for visa and the accommodations. Come on, guys. At least help us.
All right, so I would like to say, there's a good, okay, certain things you can't learn without trying. It's facts, right? I mean, sure, somebody could tell it to you, but sometimes actually experiencing it hits harder. So the YouTube Shorts to YouTube videos is undefeated. First of all, YouTube Shorts is just the best way to get subs on YouTube, okay? And you might be saying, like, this is a streaming university. Why are you talking about YouTube and short form so much? It is impossible to grow as a streamer, okay? I don't know if you fucking noticed. You will not grow as a streamer by streaming more hours. In fact, you won't even grow as a streamer by making good content. You will only grow as a streamer if you're making good content and people can see it on all the platforms. You know what I'm saying? So it don't matter how funny your clip was today. If niggas not clipping it on Twitter and the TikTok's not sharing it, then, I mean, nobody saw it. Your audience saw it, but they're already watching you. You feel me? So get in the habit of trying to share some of the stuff that's happening, not just on stream. The grind is not just more hours on stream. This is very prehistoric mindset, okay? The grind is having a moment and then finding ways to share it with everybody. So streaming, you essentially now are a content creator. You're not a streamer no more. It's a full-on content creator. What's that?
So how do you like do it as to like, you said that people are in their own bubbles. How do you like get out of those bubbles? Like for instance, Speed, right? He has a big fan base because he gets out of his bubble. So how do you make it so you're not?
How do you get out of your bubble? You just have to make an effort to consume different types of content that you may not particularly be interested in. It could be in a different language, it could be in a different font, but you just have to make a serious effort to, you won't leave it by accident. If you let your algorithm, it'll keep you in that bubble because that's the stuff you like. You just have to start consuming different things. That'll be on you, low-key, to just, teach your algorithm a little bit.
I got a question.
What's that?
Why you think Kai only posting shorts on YouTube but don't post them videos on Instagram Reels?
I think he's, I don't know. He's been talking about starting on Reels. Yeah, he's just been off for a while, focusing on other stuff. So, but just because somebody doesn't necessarily mean it's good or bad strategy, it's kind of just what works for you. Being everywhere for the average streamer works. I will also say, sometimes things apply to the biggest streamers that's not gonna apply to you. Like, it might only work for them because they're them. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? So like, take it with a grain of salt when you see a really, really big streamer doing something. It might not always work. It's worth trying stuff though, but it might not always work. Instagram Reels is OP. Are you who's posting on Instagram Reels here? Wise. Bro, if you are not, brother, how do I tell you, right?
It's a big deal.
Let me tell you how remember TikTok 3 years ago? That is Instagram Reels today. And especially if you have an existing audience on Instagram, it's crack.
Really go up faster.
Way faster. Not just on Instagram, but it just shares shit so well. Jeremiah. You can, it depends on your niche. I would say probably don't post more than 1 or 2 times. But there's some people that post 4 or 5 times. It just depends on your niche. Some niches are a lot more acceptable to spam posts. Some niches you could deadass post the same video every week for like the rest of the year.
So you be reposting your own content again and again?
You can. You can. Like if enough time passes and a clip hit, I already post it.
Yeah. That's my question. When I post on TikTok, they flag my content for unoriginal content. If it gets clipped, my clipper send me the clip, and I have to appeal it sometimes.
Okay, I will say, so all the social platforms don't like clipping culture. It's true, okay? And it's probably going to get nerfed at some point, most likely. They consider it unoriginal because it is technically not an original piece of content. The original piece of content is happening on stream.
It's me though.
No, I understand that, but it's still not original. Like you did it somewhere else. You're just repurposing it. Yeah. So we don't know how long this meta is going to exist for. But while it's here, we might as well take full advantage of it. You know, this is a crazy level of late.
It's really big. Agent, we just had the same class like 2 minutes away.
Yeah, I'm already knowing. I'm already knowing, gang. I'm already knowing.
Agent, I got a question.
What's that?
You got like a different editor for like your gaming content style versus like your
Yes, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. Okay, so this is like a good concept that I think everybody deserves to understand. A lot of people think the clip hit because it got views. All right, who here has had a clip that went viral and then nothing happened because of it? All right, this is common. It didn't result in anything.
I had a clip and eventually went viral on Facebook. Actually, I think there were more than 2 clips that went viral, but I had something to do with it, but I had no idea like how to figure something out of that clip to maybe, I don't know, man. but I think it went viral on Facebook.
Double balls can't be that bad, right? King.
So who cleaned that?
He is scoring
Chris. Nah, at the time he wasn't camera. He was doing something else. But if you notice in that clip, your first thought is gonna be like, damn. Well, first of all, your first thought is Kai's gonna be mad. But then the second thought is gonna be, well, that's a pretty crazy thing to do on stream. You know what I'm saying? The clip is actually useful to you if it makes people think I should show up to the stream. Oh, there's some cool things that happen on that stream. If you collect enough of those, they will genuinely start to show up to more of those streams. Here's a second example of the same thing. Is it gonna let me click this X today? Fuck me. So you're gonna watch this clip and you're gonna think to yourself, oh, he's doing a 48-hour stream. Maybe I should tune into it. So your clip should naturally make people want to come to the content. You know what I'm saying? In fact, usually before I do a marathon, I'll at least do some sort of simple TikTok saying like, yo, I'm surviving in the Amazon for 48 hours.
Man, you didn't even hit him.
So the point is the clips can get views, that's cool. But the clips should get views and make people think, damn, I should show up to this. You know what I'm saying? So if your clip got views and it makes people think this guy's a fucking asshole, then it didn't do you much good. In fact, it probably did you some harm. There's gonna be some mad people on Twitter and shit that just think you're a way that you're probably not.
Wait,
all right.
I got a question.
Okay.
I feel like I've grown at least 6 clipping pages. I know how to do it crazy good. I can get good views, all these captions.
Yeah.
Why do you think, I feel like for me personally, and I heard a lot of people, why do you think when it comes to like Twitch?
Yo, let's hear a question.
Why do you think when it comes to Twitch specifically, it's so hard to grow? Because I can get millions of views and understand the algorithm on all the platforms because I've mastered that. But to actually get them over, I mastered the everything that you said, but it's hard to get them over because I feel like Twitch doesn't push you out. You have to collab. So the clips to me, from me personally, it doesn't trend.
Twitch doesn't have that much algorithm. Algorithm. It doesn't have that much discoverability. Because like it's really hard to even stream on Twitch if you don't have that much discoverability. But unless if you use that method that Agent is trying to show us, yeah, you will. Maybe I will get some audience. I should try that.
But then after that, a lot of people skip this part. They fill it out, but they don't actually look. They don't actually see what the chat was saying. They don't see what the numbers was doing. They don't actually analyze the content to see if it performed. But sometimes they do. And then they still don't do this part, which is make the actual adjustment. What this looks like is, do we have any gamers in here that do gaming content?
Yep.
Right? Let's say you playing Valorant. All right, boom, you just did the content. You analyze the content. Your stream doesn't like Valorant. Okay? Maybe it's falling now, just watch now, we don't know. Okay? You actually aren't making the adjustment. I've seen it so many times where it's like people are sabotaging themselves because there's something they want to do and it's technically not in line with what their chat wants to see. You're streaming. At the end of the day, when you stream, you either entertain or inform. So if you're an informative nigga, then you could, spew the knowledge, share, help people. But if you're an entertainer, you actually genuinely have to entertain. If you're doing something niggas don't want to see, you're not entertaining. You're actually just selfishly entertaining yourself. But which is okay if you don't care about growth. But if we're here to talk about growth and you want to grow, it has to look like this and genuinely making that adjustment.
So what would that adjustment look like?
Like not doing Valorant. Like trying something else. You have to explore. While things are going well, you have to explore so that if things don't go well with that anymore, you adjust. I used to be in the 2K community. I knew what it was like to rely specifically on one game. It sucked. If the game was ass, what happened? Views were down. Nobody cared. It didn't matter how much they liked me. They wasn't going to watch content for a game they didn't care about. You know what I'm saying? You learn that lesson the hard way, and then once you get the momentum back again, now you start AMP. Now you start doing different types of content. You have to learn from these situations.
Okay, so I kind of have that problem right now. Like I feel like I'm stuck in one game.
Okay.
So did you just like experiment and just do other games that were popular, or like what kind of things did you do? Did you do things that were like just trending?
Yeah, so if you want to do games that you think have the same audience as that one, and try and create some appeal into that game. Okay. So what game do you play? So you maybe Overwatch would be a shitty game to go to, but essentially, I appreciate it. So essentially, you want to find a game that has a similar audience and try and create the most high appeal stuff you can lead with to make people think like, hey, this is not so bad.
Would you do like multiple games at the same time? Like if it
Explore, like what Jinxie did was a really good example. We'll talk about it in a second. Where he did Rainbow Six nonstop, right?
Yeah, he did.
But now he could kind of do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
He didn't start that way.
Yeah.
Like he experimented a little bit with certain games that had similar communities, and then he was able to now, he's so varied, he could play any game and it's gonna pull.
Gotcha.
So it's a little bit of strategy to it. But a lot of what's gonna work for that is being able to see what other people did. Back when I was making 2K content, there was a few people that pivoted away from 2K content.
Yeah.
And I studied the fuck out of that. Like, I was on their page, like, then he dropped this video, then he dropped this video, and then he went over there and did that. Feel me? But that informed me. So most of the time, the stuff you're doing, people done it before.
Okay.
Follow the blueprint. All right, speaking about that, who here is not in a niche? You just do whatever, whenever. Okay? All right.
No, I mean like.
So I will say, the people that are in a niche, you have a higher likelihood to grow faster. There's other variables that can matter, but being in a niche helps a lot because it makes your content definable. When people look at you, they want to think, what's Suburb Baby content about? If they can't put a word on what his content's about, they're gonna struggle to fuck with that content straight up. When you can identify what something is, it's easier to identify with it. Like, if I say Easy's a really nice person, I like watching streamers that give me a good vibe, now I know that's the type of content that I like. You have to be identifiable. Being in a niche makes that a little easy. It's not necessary, but it genuinely helps. Let me give you some examples. Jinxie, we talked a little bit about him a second ago. He grew exclusively on Rainbow Six. He wouldn't touch another fucking game, right? Now he can play whatever game he wants. He could have went IRL, he could have did a whole lot of shit that he wasn't into that. Dashie is another good example. I don't know how many OGs here know Dashie. He's one of my favorite content creators. Before he ever had a gaming channel, he had a voiceover skit channel. And he dominated. He had millions of subscribers. It wasn't until he dominated that field, he pivoted to something else. You'll see a lot in entertainment. 50 Cent dominate music, right? Yeah. Then he's like, oh, what do I want to do next? I'm bored. Now he goes into film. He dominates film. Now you can do next. Be transitioning out of the niche before you conquered it. You can, but there's going to be a trough where things look a little ugly. You know, money slow down, views slow down. You could do that. I've seen it happen. Ron is a good example, right? Where Ron had a dip, but then he was good enough to where he was able to bring it back. And now, like, I saw him at 110,000 people at 4 a.m. yesterday. So it doesn't mean you can't pivot out of niches. Sometimes niches scare people because you think, oh, I'm a creative soul. I don't want to do one thing. I don't want to be in a box. Sometimes the box is nice. And just so you know, even when you don't think you're in a box, you just happen to be in a big box. Everybody's in a box. Duke and Speed, good examples of two NBA 2K content creators that grew to the peaks in their games before they transitioned and did other stuff. Duke doing lifestyle stuff and Speed obviously doing the IRL streaming. Okay, this is like pretty practical. The biggest streamers are doing it, and it's not a secret. The guy that's synonymous with YouTube is streaming on Twitch. The guy that's synonymous with Twitch is now streaming on YouTube. It's not an accident. Like, they're watching what's happening and they're making adjustments. Streaming exclusively to a platform that's not paying you is just like, that's kind of like only playing on PlayStation, but you could afford an Xbox and a PC. Like, you can, but you're gonna miss out on some stuff. So you might as well stream on all of it. We're on YouTube and Twitch right now.
But how can I do Twitch and TikTok? Because TikTok.
You can do that too. A lot of people do that too.
Like on this.
Yeah. It's just like the issue with TikTok is if you say nigga one time, you're out of there. Yeah. So that's, for me, it's like, yeah. Nah, they fry you. Yeah. Kai's niche? Early days, Kai did a lot of prank content. Ding dong ditches and stuff like that. He was on campus, he was doing a lot of like datey type of style content. Then he was with us in A&P and then he started doing like IRL content. So like everyone kind of starts a niche. Kai's a little bit of a hybrid though. I wouldn't say he was in a clear niche. Yes.
I switched my niche fully.
That's good. And
I used to be in hot tubs with girls, I was like slapping ass.
Yo, quiet down. Everybody listen to him.
I always raise girls, mad bitches, slapping ass, you know what I'm saying? Like orange shit.
We don't call girls that.
No, he's good. He's not talking to you though.
Yeah, I switched to all dude content and I chill with the bros and have fun.
All right. In this stage, if you have under 250,000 followers, it's gonna be tempting to stream more, to come up with stream ideas. I promise, you need more short form ideas. This is what your day should look like. You should genuinely be spending 60% of your day on short form. This is not an exaggeration. This is not shock value. In fact, it might be a fucking understatement. I would dedicate maybe 40% of your time to streaming, 60% of your time to shorts. If you don't have a shorts person, that's okay. Make them yourself.
Is that clips?
Yes, yes. Shorts, TikTok, IG Reels, all that, yes. It could be whatever, as long as people post it. Yeah, because shorts barely make any money anyway. All right, so this is, okay, I'm gonna do this for every stage just so you guys get a sense, because I know hiring is like a little bit of like nobody talks about it. But this is what my team looks like. So I have an operations guy. Yeah, he's in the tone suit. We got creative and camera, Marcus, but he's club director. Operations like get shit done. You know what I'm saying? So like, yo, we actually needed the stand built. He's getting a stand built. We need this for stream. We have this idea. Let's pull this off. He's the one that makes ideas. Like he gets the physical things to make the ideas happen, right? Tech. If you do, who does like a lot of IRL streams primarily? All right. There's a world where you might eventually need a tech person. Like if you start going to Amazon to survive, and you know you have all these sets you want to create, and you have all these segments. There's a world where it might be.
There's a lot of drama here in South Africa, so I was craving to even do IRL stream. And more, and maybe have a cameraman.
Like over $1 million a year. I don't know how many people here. I don't want to pocket watch everybody, but you will hire an assistant and you will go, oh my God, I've saved myself so much time. What are you gonna do with that time? Put it back into the content. But so you're making way more than you paying an assistant because you freed up your time. So assistants, I know it seems like an extra, but genuinely is probably one of the more functional roles, but not yet. A channel manager / editor, it can help with shorts, but primarily these are people running your YouTube channel. You don't necessarily need that yet. Shorts, this is actually the main thing I would suggest. If you do have some extra bread and you're looking to grow as a streamer, this is the main thing I would try to invest in, okay? And then accountants and lawyers, once you get to a point, people sue you for everything. So you might potentially need one, but not at this stage. So next stage. This is like a little bit of the middle ground. In this stage, YouTube is the game. If you do not start doing YouTube, I promise, once you become a bigger content creator, you'll be like, fuck, I have no YouTube presence. I'm an idiot for not starting earlier. So this is the point where every time you do a stream, you're not just thinking clips, you're thinking, hold on, what's the video, what's the thumbnail and title gonna look like? How am I gonna post it? Feel me? And this is gonna be a big part of your distribution. One thing you'll learn once you get good at YouTube, YouTube's ceiling is significantly higher than every other platform by a long shot. Like I want to talk about it. If you want to be a huge content creator and you're not on YouTube, you're not that big. It's just that simple. Even if you look at Kai before he started co-streaming, his Kai Live channel is pulling millions of views per video. All of the biggest streamers have huge YouTube presences. That's not an accident. So not only does it have the highest ceiling, you stand to make the most money from long form content. Your appeal is a lot more global. In Twitch, Kick, and even YouTube streaming culture, it's very bubbly, right? Your audience is gonna be people that's American, maybe speak English, maybe potentially more black. But on YouTube, it's like everybody watches it, everybody. And when I meet people that I'm like, damn, I wouldn't have expected you to watch my content, they actually don't watch the streams, they usually watch the YouTube, okay? And the good thing about YouTube is there's no end. It can eat 24/7. You go to sleep, you wake up, the video got more views. So when you create content that's evergreen, you're not just winning while you're live. It's just winning 24/7.
Talk that shit, Agent.
Yeah. So I want to give you an example. If you guys have a Ludwig class at some point, please block in. This is no troll, one of the best executors of YouTube content. I want you guys to really lock in. I mean, try and analyze the first minute of this video.
That's how many people have bought Magic Chameleon. For reference, that is more than Mario Kart World did in the first few months it came out. Magic Chameleon only came out a few weeks ago. In fact, it's more than Street Fighter 6 has done in 3 years, and it's more people than subscribers I have, and that's a free button to press that I want you to press now. But it got me thinking. It's a lot of fun to play with your friends and pick a cringe spot if you want to win, or maybe just do a funny spot that usually doesn't end up working out. But what if you had actual professionals, aka artists? How would they do? To find out, I employed the help of my good friend Squeaks to be static hunters, and we would chase down.
Okay, so I will. If you look through YouTube, there's probably not a single video that any of you guys did that. He's just the best executor I know. And the crazy part is like, Ludwig is not like a Kai Snatter Speed. Like, obviously no disrespect, but he's pulling numbers like them on YouTube. This is not an accident. That's a gaming video. He could have just started with the start of the game. Instead, he did this whole post commentary. He played music in the background. He was cutting, zooming to things. You're visually stimulated. But then the words he's saying is hooking you. What do you mean I'm playing with professional artists? That's just a good concept. Not only did he get the good concept, the thumbnail and the title, the packaging is good. Once you click on it, he's hooking you. So you're like, damn, not only did he give me context in case I don't know what the game is, but now I'm hooked. I want to know what the best people do. He's visually showing the painting. It's like maximum stimulation, and then there's going to be the release where the game starts, but now you're hooked. You get what I'm saying? So when you want to look at mastering YouTube, mastering hooks in long form, I genuinely don't know if there's a better person than Ludwig to do that. And then here are some examples of good thumbnails. So, dumbest spots in Mecha Chameleon. Simple title, you know, a circle and an arrow. Couldn't be that hard. But when you put yourselves in the audience shoes, you're scrolling through, you're gonna be like, where? I don't see anything. Boom, that's it. Where? I don't see anything. Let me click the video. That looks like a crazy spot, right? This is the Ash Out video. Ash is one of my favorite YouTubers and now streamers. And this is one of his funniest videos. I took a racist to the most dangerous hood in America. And not only was the content phenomenal, it was like a double prank where like he was frying people. It was like a really, really good video. But on top of that, this guy looks petrified and he's surrounded by people that you can make context of or in the hood. It's just a good video. So you should be looking when you're watching streams, when you're watching YouTube videos, don't just click the thumbnail. What about the thumbnail made you want to click it? If you're not asking yourself that question, you actually are just zombie consuming content. You actually haven't learned nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, who here has a passion outside of streaming? Like, what's your passion?
I like to
read. And music. Sometimes when you're listening to music, do you feel like, oh my God, I wish he would have done it like this? Or you think about, why did he do it in that note? Yeah. Because you became, you're a student of music. If you're watching film, now you want to analyze the lighting and why they frame it like that. And oh, who did the score and the music? If you're not thinking like that as a streamer, is it really a passion? I'm telling you. Like, you should be looking at it and be like, damn.
Read this shit.
He went crazy, she went crazy. What made that so appealing to me? You will learn so much by simply asking that question.
Agent, for your YouTube video, for your YouTube channel, you think it's a better play to have like highly edited videos like on some like Ludwig stuff from your streams? Or, like,
If it's peak content and you could afford it, I would say yes. You don't have to do it for every video.
For the one where you was outside in the
we didn't do that, no. No, I'm not gonna lie. That's why I use the Ludwig example. I can do better. Yeah.
So if you hired an editor,
then I would have them arrange it in a way. But it doesn't have to look that crazy. Sometimes it could just be a cliffhanger, right? Of like the most interesting part that complements the title and the thumbnail, and then the video starts. It don't have to be crazy, well edited like that, but take those steps in that direction. It's gonna help a lot.
Okay. I guess we got it.
Okay, all right. You might want a manager. You're gonna start getting certain brand deals, certain opportunities. You get to that point, 250 to 750. Yo, can we quiet down, please? This is 250 to 750,000 followers. Yes. So you might want a channel editor. This is someone that's gonna manage your YouTube channel.
I got a question. How can we find a cameraman? How?
He knows he posts this as soon as humanly possible on the YouTube. So not only do the stream get the content, you know what I'm saying? Might be a clip that comes from it, but then we're gonna post it on YouTube and it's most likely gonna perform well on there.
So how do I save for a new streamer like myself? Once I end the stream, how do I save the video?
Yeah, it's like it's a VOD on your channel. So, and if you're using IRL Toolkit, they'll save it in the cloud over there too. And then when it comes to how you spend your time, okay, you're still spending a large portion of your time using shorts and streaming, but now you want to spend time making things happen, operations, coming up with segments, thinking of things that are higher appeal, more interesting, right? You want to spend 5% of your time on business, reaching out to brands, building relationships. This is the stuff that we're going to get into a little bit later. It's going to fund some of the stuff you do. And then also you want to be spending a good amount on long form. But if you have a channel manager, you won't have to spend too much in this area. If you don't have a channel manager, it might look a little bit thicker. Okay, and now we're getting to the 750 to 1 million range.
oh shit, I'm trying to get to that.
Do I gotta like pinch it? Is that why it does that?
Man, that's where we at. What the fuck you talking about?
Am I slow?
Ackerman.
Okay, all right, in this range, congratulations. You can finally stream more, okay? Which might always be a good thing. Sometimes you don't want to be a volume streamer doing 12 hours a day. It's a burnout. But in this, if you want to think to yourself, let me give you a couple examples. Like, in this context, let's use Lacey for an example. Lacey has a channel manager, he has editors, he has managers, he has all that stuff. There's really no reason why he can't maximize his time streaming here and even after here. So like as a really big streamer, it makes sense to dive more of your time into streaming. That's gonna result in more clips, that's gonna result in more revenue, that's gonna result in a better connection with your community. But I wouldn't pre this before you did all the other stuff. Building the community exclusively on them streaming platforms is very, very challenging. So if the goal is growth, spending time off platform first is the best way to do it. All right, couple fun facts. We talked about it earlier. Co-stream everything, please, for the love of God. If you guys want to reach out to a certain content creator, Instagram is actually the best way to do that. On your story, at them, it shows up in their notifications, and most of the content creators I know look through that. So even if, and you'll see it, they'll be in your views. So like if there's something you want to say to somebody, don't spam them, obviously. But like that's probably, if I knew like there's one way I want to reach somebody, I'll literally put up a story and then at somebody. You can literally privately do it too, so they're the only ones that see it. But if you want to specifically make sure someone specifically sees something, that's the best way to do it. Twitch stories are very underrated. I actually don't use them. Kai, the one that told me this last week. And he used them for every stream. You know what I'm saying? If there's a stream he wants to hype up, Twitch stories send a notification to your Twitch followers. So now they know when the stream is gonna happen. That's elite. Instagram communities, super underrated, especially if your community is already on Instagram. I know Twitter comms are leaving soon, so if you're looking for an alternative, I made an Instagram community. I personally couldn't be bothered with Reddit or Discord. And the more you study, the more you win. I promise. If you are not studying, you will win less. This is facts. You can be the most entertaining person in the room, but if you are not paying attention and studying the content that's performing on your channel and on others, you will be limiting yourself. This is factual. In this section, you want to spend a large percentage of, yo, can we quiet down, please? In this section, you want to spend a larger percentage of time on strategy. What direction are we headed? What's some fire shit I can do for the summer? What's the rollout going to be like? You know what I'm saying? You want to spend a large portion of your time streaming. The streaming is the top funnel. You go live, the clips eat on socials, you post it on the YouTube. The more you stream, the more content gets disseminated everywhere. You want to spend a good amount on the business side. Ideally, you don't have to do too much because you got managers and agents and things of that nature. And then 10% is now managing. You have a team. You actually have to manage people, and you can arrange your team however you want. It genuinely really depends on the type of content you do. My content is really variety. We use some IRL, some gaming. We do a little bit of everything. So this is the layout that I found was compact enough to where like it's not too much people, because then you got to travel with everybody and stuff like that. But it's like you're not bottlenecked. I don't have to think to myself, oh my God, I wish we had another hand. You know what I'm saying? So the teams are super specific to the content that you do. There's no ideal formula. I would always recommend, if you know a bigger streamer, ask them. Before I made a hire, I called Ludwig. Yo, Ludwig, what you think about this? Yo, Kai, what you think about this? Phantom, what you think about this? Because everybody has a different formation. You want to see which formation might make sense for you.
I got a question. So, as you can tell, you have all those members on the team. Do you have them specifically work on that task, or is it like a team thing where
It's a team thing. Everybody helps everybody.
Where you find these people?
Wait, can you say that again?
Everybody helps everybody.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. If someone only does one thing, they're a little useless.
Okay.
Yeah. Like today, for example, my channel manager is doing some clips.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You know, but like everybody helps everybody.
I also believe that like.
You talking to him?
No.
Okay.
He's the GOAT.
Okay.
But I would just say, like, I personally tell people that it's also good to know a little bit of certain other people's jobs just in case, like, we have multiple.
100%. Yes. He's not even a cameraman. He used to run operations. So, but he could also run camera.
So where you find these people?
Referrals usually for me. I'll ask people.
How long do you think you go through trial and error finding somebody that's like good? Because like people can say they do things, but work ethic and kind of like consistency is like really important.
We could talk about that off stream because it's a little tough. Okay, let me give you an example. All right, as you grow in streaming, you're gonna want to take certain risks. And now we're talking a little bit about money, so I need everyone to pay attention. I know money sounds like the thing you do to get Ferraris, but this is not true. Money is the thing that's gonna make your ideas come to life. Some of you guys have some really big ideas, some things you want to try, but you can't pull the trigger. Why? Because it's a huge fucking risk. Certain risks are worth taking, others aren't. I'm gonna give you two examples. This is a risk that had paid off for me. So, first time I went to the Arctic, first of all, I bet my chat that I could survive in the Arctic. They said, no, you can't. I said, all right, bet.
That was crazy.
Yeah, I booked a trip.
Yeah, that was crazy. Like Agent going to the Arctic, like the Antarctica.
And I knew I was probably gonna lose money across flights. The north is super expensive, et cetera, et cetera. We'll get into the expenses, but it made some money though. On the YouTube, the video actually performed really well, so I was able to get almost $7,000. And then the actual Twitch stream of it got $17,000, which sounds good. A couple interesting factors though. 2 years ago, this number would have said 50,000. So ads are down. And it's not because I'm running less ads, it's just, that's the nature of Twitch. Twitch doesn't currently have a system where they could have higher CPMs and lower CPMs like YouTube. So overall, ads are just lower than they are. I know that going into it, that's part of the risk. So I'm making anything from like, what, $24,000 on this. All I had to do is not spend $24,000 and I at least don't lose money on the idea I'm really passionate about.
This is from one stream?
Yes.
How much did you?
So here are the expenses. So between the hotels, flights, clothing, car rentals, and campus supplies, luckily, on that day I made money. Now, we're not accounting for obviously like staff expenses and stuff like that and how much time we dedicated we could have spent on anything else, opportunity costs. This is just what we spent. On this opportunity, for me, it's okay to lose money if it's going to get eyes in your direction. For me, the Arctic was a solo thing I tried that I genuinely believed in. I really wanted to challenge myself. And so if I lost money, I lost money. But let me try my best to maximize, okay? We're going to talk a little bit about the best way to do that in a second. But this is an opportunity that worked out. Let me give you an example of an opportunity that did not work out. So this time I'm co-streaming. I make $2,000 off the YouTube. I'm making $3,000 off the video. So this is the stream, this is the video. And I'm making $16,000 off the Twitch. It's not a bad shout, but this time we're not in the Arctic, we're in the Amazon. Things are a lot more expensive and a lot more remote. And the expenses looked a little bit different. So this is an example of a bet that financially didn't pay off, but content-wise went ballistics. These are worth doing. If you can afford to eat it, these are worth doing. And you might be asking yourself the question of, okay, how can we reduce the risk of doing some of these big events? Boom, ads, but not the ones you see on Twitch and YouTube, the sponsors that people pay for. I'm gonna ask you guys a question. Who here reached out to brands before coming to Stream University? 8 people. I was talking to Malik, she showed me, she messaged 50 brands. Half of them responded. I'm talking like Target responded. You know what I'm saying? You're at Stream University. This is the talk of the town. You know what I'm saying? You not reaching out to Samsung and DJI and Fortnite to see if potentially they might be interested in supporting something you want to do. So I literally reached out to all the brands that I know, and Fortnite came back and said they want to do something to help some students. So we will actually be finding 2 streamers that have not had a brand deal before to do their first brand deal with me a little bit later today. Okay? But like, I could have said nothing. I could have not asked. You know, we're thinking, okay, agent, well, you know some brands, so that doesn't count. You've done 10 epic deals before, so that's a little bit of a cheat code. This is true, but let me give you some examples on how to get some of these brand deals. And then I'm gonna walk you through how I'm gonna execute the Fortnite one, and we're gonna pick some students to do it before we end class here today, okay? So back when I was a wee little lad and I haven't blown up on YouTube, there was a website called FameBit.
FameBit, woo. There's a website called...
It's like you had to apply for ads. I think the Stream Elements has it now. FameBit got bought by YouTube. Now it's called YouTube Brand Connect. If you guys are on YouTube, you've probably heard of it through there. Brand Connect. So it's YouTube's platform where you could apply for ads. Essentially, if I wanted money, I would see a scale on the website. I'd say, I want to advertise this scale. This is how I'm going to do it. I send them a little paragraph or 2. This is pre-AI, so you have to know how to write. And then you send submit, and you get a brand deal. I just reached out. At the time I was broke, I was looking for anything. $250 to sell a scale to 10,000 people, I'll do that, gang, all right? I need some bread, I was broke on campus at the time. That's just reaching out. The second thing, have you tried asking them? No, seriously though. Like, you are completely underestimating how much. I have talked to brands that have literally told me, we only work with the biggest streamers. I've talked to brands where they said we only work with the smallest creators. We like doing small deals. We don't want to do anything too big. If you are not asking, you are selling yourself short. Third is management. You'll get a lot of inbound deals, right? For me, there's a lot of deals that come in. Honestly, Epic is a lot of them. Where like they'll reach out to your management and say, do you have any gamers in your roster that are interested in doing this brand deal? So if you can find some good management, it's a whole separate conversation. You will get some brand deals through that. Develop relationships. I had a brand deal a month ago where all I had to do was show them that I actually use a product. I pulled the laptop out. I was like, I use this.
Yo, it's buffering. Why is it buffering, Chad?
It got me a second brand deal. Building relationships, once you do a brand deal, chopping it up with the people that was there. You know, saying hi, telling them some of your ideas, getting to know them a little bit. This is how you spin back. You don't want to be one and done type of guy, okay? And then obviously proof of concept. Streamer University, it had like some big support from brands, stuff like that last year. But did you see that page where he showed all the brands this year? He proved it worked. So even though it's Kai Cenat, one of the biggest streamers, and this is one of his biggest ideas, he still had to prove, even Kai had to prove his idea worked before our brands were willing to jump in and help. And now that they know it works and they love the concept of it, exactly. So this also means like if you have a big idea, sometimes you got to bite the bullet and go to the Amazon and you lose $20,000 because next time you might be able to make some money on it. Okay, so I will say, and I'm going to use the Fortnite example to kind of walk you guys through what you should and shouldn't do. I'm even going to show you the brief, if you guys haven't seen it before, on like what they'll usually send you and what the communication looks like. The first question you do when you get a brand deal, please ask this question, please. What would be a successful integration for you? If you do not know what they want, you will struggle to do a successful one. This is just facts. So the first question I asked Fortnite, yo, what looks good to y'all? Like, what would you like to see happen? And they're trying to promote the sprites. So, I mean, they're all around.
For me, I really don't know how to play Fortnite. So maybe really, if I get a better PC, maybe I'll go try to play Fortnite.
Really very hard to get. Okay, cool. I'm learning all this. I'm farming information. Because when the brands trust you, they're going to let you cook on your stream. They're going to pay you to just creatively integrate it into the content that you're making already.
This is an ad for them.
Correct. And the ad I do with the 2 students later will be the actual ad for them. But like, if they don't trust you because you've never done it before, sometimes it's harder to get that. Has anybody worked with a brand that was a little bit like, they wasn't let you do what you wanted to do. They wanted to do it their way. It sucks sometimes. It happens. It happens to me. It happens to everybody. It's not a good experience. But when you can find brands that trust you to just cook up. You feel me? And don't sell, bro. Because when you sell, they're going to look at me next time like I'm a sell. Because they're going to be like, oh, streamers, they don't do brand deals well. So when you do a good brand deal, you put on for everybody else. You make them way more likely to spread the wealth upon anybody else. So you want to ask that first question. Then you want to ask a second question. What are the talking points? This is important because sometimes it's going to be hard to fit the talking points into the thing you're doing. And if that is the case, it's cool to say no. So I'm going to show you an example of the deliverables in the brief. And I'm going to walk you through, like, this is what the brands will send you when you get a brand deal. What I like to do is I put it on a side monitor. You know what I'm saying? You'll have the talking points and you'll have all the facts. The first thing they're going to do is explain the thing that they're promoting. If it's a game like Epic, Fortnite, it's going to be a new season. New season, new fun stuff. This is the fun stuff. Look, they got sprites. What do? All right, well, they're rare and they got this and we're going to have them all across campus. But for this, you're going to give away a couple brand deals. Okay, that's awesome. Where can you get them? They're going to tell you where you get them. I cannot explain this enough, guys. If you do not understand the thing you're trying to sell, you will do such a bad job. I have met so many streamers that don't look through the brief. They get on there, they're doing a brand deal, they don't know what they're talking about. And it could be kind of like funny in a comedic way, but you're not getting that brand deal again. They're not going to spin back and want to do something with you again. So it's worth your time to understand what exactly it is. In fact, I mean, come on, gang, it's money, bro. Download the game and play it. Download the game, play it, try it. If it's some IRL thing, get the product. Try the product before you say yes to some of these things. It's worth actually testing it. And so, obviously, last night, I'm looking through this, making sure I understand how everything works. And then, obviously, I'm going to break this down to whoever we end up picking here today. But you want to understand how they work, where you get them. You got to extract them. Okay, so there's certain concepts you got to extract them before you die. Otherwise, you lose them. They're permanent this time. They've had them in the past. Okay, now we got the stream requirements. Okay. A lot of this stuff is pretty simple, but if you do not do them, they will text you during the ad really upset, okay? Because for some of these things, you can get sued. So the title has to include Fortnite sprites. Okay, this is what we're doing, include Fortnite sprites in the title, okay? And the disclosure, FTC disclosure, you have to tell people, yo, this is a sponsored segment, okay? This is a sponsored segment. And this is, by the way, guys, a sponsored segment, okay? And you want to do that on stream too. Now, I'll be honest, you probably can't get away with it if you're a small streamer, but the bigger you get, genuinely, they will be on your butt if you do not do that part. And honestly, just for your stream too, it's good so people know when they're being sold something, okay? Wow. So for this one, it's actually pretty compact. Sometimes they'll have panels in your Twitch. Sometimes they'll have a pinned comment. Sometimes they'll have different deliverables. It's all part of the package that you're selling to them when you're getting the actual brand deal, okay? And so this is the part that I would usually have up. These are the key talking points. I know it looks like a lot, but it really isn't. They're just explaining what the sprites do, the specific sprites with different rarities, what they're called, and what different things is. So like the mythic sprite deploys a shield bubble every time you're using a healing item. So you want to memorize everything in the bullet points. Okay, but if you forget them, you know what I'm saying, in between games, stuff like that, take a look, remind yourself. You should understand how they work, but sometimes they say mad talking points, so it's not always the easiest to follow along with, but don't forget this part, bro. It's way harder to build, it's way easier to maintain a relationship and do mad brand deals with the same brand than to find new brands every time. And there's not a ton of brands. There's only a certain amount spending a good amount on streams, so you want to pay attention to those and focus on those. In fact, to the point where if I see a brand I like, do a brand deal with somebody else, I'll reach out. I'll say, yo, I have this idea. Are you interested in partnering in this idea? You know what I'm saying? And that's just, you know, they're spending money. If they're spending money in content, they have a department for it. If they have a department for it, they have a budget for it. And if they have a budget for it, why can't it be you, bro? All right. And then on the bottom, there's usually the do's and don'ts. So certain brands are going to have certain do's and don'ts. Maybe don't call it a skin if they prefer it called a costume. Maybe don't call it a character if they prefer it's called a hero. Maybe don't swear, you know? Maybe don't do anything that's, you know, not ideal for kids if you're playing a video game that's like 12 plus, something like that. So this is like really obvious stuff, but we've probably all been guilty of it at least once, accidentally breaking them. It's not the end of the world, but well, it can be actually, depending on what it is. You know, if you're doing a Samsung ad and you accidentally show an Apple product, you're pretty much fried. So you want to pay attention to some of the stuff. They'll tell you all that in the do's and don'ts. So it's not that scary. I know it's kind of like a lot of text. I wouldn't do this to you in a presentation, but they'll send you this just so you know everything to do. So a background on what it is that you're about to be doing for the sponsorship, the talking points, and then a little bit more about the actual product itself, in this case, which is the sprites. So not that scary, right? No. Has anybody here not done a brand deal?
Yep. I haven't done it.
Interesting. Okay, good. I'm going to talk to you guys before we end class. Okay, so anybody here not have management or an agency? Okay, so you guys want to focus up on this part. Yo, can we quiet down real quick? We're almost done. All right, when you guys, so we talked a little bit about short form, long form, and streaming, right? Now you're reaching out to a brand. You're not just a streamer. You're not just doing a 1-2 hour segment. Now you have a presence on Instagram because you've been posting reels, so you can include the IG story as part of the package. That's good bread. Now you can include the TikTok and a reel as part of the package. That's actually the best bread currently. Yeah, yo, listen to me, but please trust me. I talk to a lot of brands. Currently in 2026, in this current month and day and hour, brands are more excited to spend money on shorts than actual streams. This is true. I've talked to brands that said, I want to do the stream, and they said, do you want to do a short? I'm telling you the truth. All of them, their brains don't completely understand content all the time. They see the views on Twitter and TikTok, and they think those are like the same impressions as your concurrent viewers on Twitch. So it just looks sexier to the suits to see this really big number of impressions, which you can get on shorts. This is just factually true. So even though the influence isn't as crazy on shorts, you have a stronger influence, a deeper community, more motion, streaming. That's not how they see it. So we know how they see it. And if this can help fund your big ideas, applying all these concepts, focusing on shorts and long form, how do I tell you? I will make more on a TikTok IG Reel ad than I will on a Twitch ad. And I barely spend time on IG. Like I'm forcing myself to spend more time on that platform. I'm posting 2 reels today. So please do not underestimate how much money can be made because the native ads on TikTok suck. So you might be thinking there's no money there. The biggest ad I've ever done in my life was a TikTok. Hey Lacey, this class is not married. Like this is not designed for you. That's fucked up.
Just push him down.
Okay, last thing I want to say is before we pick the students, you always want to ask for feedback. This makes you look good. Feel me? Not only does it make you look good, it's going to help you improve. What could I have done better? Oh, well, they didn't like the part where it was lagging. Maybe fix up the connection, but they loved the part where you talked about this. If you even asking is something that only 5% of people do. Immediately they're gonna say, oh, this is a serious guy. And when they take you serious, they're gonna spend serious money on you. This is facts, okay? Please make sure to ask for feedback. It's probably one of the most easiest things you could do that's gonna make them wanna spin back. Okay, all right, sorry, that was a lot. So I know that was a lot of thought at you guys. Okay, before we head out of here, because we all appreciate it. Before we get out of here, because we're running a little bit late, can everybody who has never done a brand deal before, please put their hands up?
Never done it?
Okay, interesting. All right, I'm gonna have you guys meet me in the front of the class, and then we'll probably just, oh my God, I forgot we're giving away a Sprite. Huh? Okay. All right. So we actually don't know. How should I get this way? Hold on. I can't just get handled like that. I can't just handle like that.
Maybe ask us a question about something on the slide.
Ask us a quiz.
Maybe I should ask.
Somebody that got everything you got. A quiz.
I don't have a quiz prepared because I didn't think we was gonna have time for that. A pop quiz is kind of crazy. Look, I'll have everybody that doesn't have a brand deal meet me in the front. I'm gonna answer some questions, stuff like that. Everybody else, you are excused to go. Running a little bit late, so you guys are good. Yes, I'm gonna give it out. I have to give it out. They said I can't keep it. Yeah, I bet. Yo, chat, we're gonna switch the lens. He'll be right back. Yo, bring the lens here, Chris. I can quick swap it. Let me see who's the best student. Chat. Let me ask chat.
I was asking questions. I
was being a good boy.
No, I was really. I was asking questions.
I didn't talk.
I listened.
You was making jokes.
Okay, hold on. You definitely did not talk.
I joke, but that's my personality.
Yeah, no, it was good. Did you sleep though?
Yes.
I was trying to
He was reading chat. He was sleeping on his phone. I was listening.
Oh.
What they say?
Hold on, chat.
We've learned a lot. Chat. We've learned a lot. I even wrote some notes, chat. On like most importantly, like I wrote some notes on like how to get sponsors and all that. Like first of all, you have to search out the website, or I don't know if it's the website, FameBit. You have to search out the website FameBit, chat. I don't know where should I put my book, because my table is so small, it's full of controllers and keyboards and all that. But let's try to search up FameBit, chat. Wait a minute, Wahan, what the hell is going on here? Let's check out Fame. Wait, is it FameBit? Wait, look at this, chat. Look at this. FameBit was a platform connecting YouTube creators with brands for paid sponsorship. Now rebranding as a YouTube Brand Connect. FameBit, founded in 2013 by Agnes Kozera. My apologies for my bad reading skills, because it's been 2 years since I haven't been to school. And mind you, I did complete my matric. I did complete it. Was originally a self-service platform designed to link content creators with brand deals seeking influencers marketing opportunities. Brands could post campaigns specifying their needs, and creators could submit proposals, or brands could directly invite creators to participate. The platform focuses on video content, primarily on YouTube, and help creators monetize their influence through sponsored content. Okay. Wait a minute, I'm seeing some strange videos about this thing. Femebit Media. Femebit. A digital marketing super. What? Is the website working, Chad? Let's try this one. Femebit Media. Let's try Femebit Media. Analyzes and all that. Okay. Obviously, it's gonna lead me to log in. Damn. All categories: actors. Wow. People got so many followers, gang. They got so many followers. Compare now. Everything you need. Everything you need. Your next campaign starts with the right creator. Create a campaign. I don't even have a campaign, dude. Start a campaign. Wow. Nah, I guess we entered the wrong website. Wait, let's try Femebit YouTube. Brand Connect. Get started with a YouTube creator partnership. Oh my god, I still need to monetize my channel. Oh yeah, I get it. But I got a question though. I don't know where to ask it. Oh, should I go to AI? Okay. Let me search this. Can I get brand deals on Femebit as a small YouTuber. Let's try YouTuber. Yes. Oh my god. Okay. We definitely need to read more. Yes, you can. Yes, you can get brand deals as a small YouTuber. Here are some point keys and all that. YouTube Brand Connect has rebranded to help creators to connect with brand deals for paid sponsorship. Small channels, even with thousands of damn, dude, 1,000 subscribers. Guys, come on, guys. This year is a goal. We need to get to 1,000 subscribers this year before at least before December, guys. Come on, guys. just suburban support, please, guys. Come on, guys, please. Okay. Can often secure paid sponsorship. Brand prioritize high engagement over following count, making your dedicated audience available. To increase your chances, create a professional media kit, tailor your pitches and focus on building genuine community interaction. By leveraging this strategy, you can effectively pursue brand deals as a small YouTuber. I guess I have to get to 1,000 subs. Is Famebit a good website? Famebit is an excellent alternative website for YouTubers new to sponsorship who wants to join. It is built as an easy to use sponsor platform for Instagrammers and YouTubers. Wow. I guess Famebit is still available. It's a good thing wherever I actually wrote notes. It's a good thing that I actually wrote notes. I took notes, and I guess we're gonna put Famebit for later. For later, chat. I guess we oh, and one more thing. I forgot to tell you guys, I have a channel on Twitch. It's just that I haven't started like streaming on it, so maybe like soon can you guys can please follow me on Twitch. Yeah, follow me on Twitch and all the other social media platforms, but mostly on Twitch. And I'm still on YouTube. Don't worry, I'm never leaving YouTube. So yeah, it's just that we're trying to maybe to find a way, maybe to just because when I'm using like a low MPC, really a low MPC, we couldn't even multi stream on multiple social media platforms. But for now, we're gonna use YouTube, and yeah, I do have a Twitch channel. I do have a chat. I do have a chat. So this is my channel. Better take a good look at this profile pic. This is my channel, chat. So soon enough, I'm gonna be starting streaming on Twitch, but I'm never leaving YouTube. So yeah, and obviously I still have 0 followers. Have 0 followers, but we're gonna get there. Chat. We're gonna get there, chat. You're gonna get there, Chad.